The best new roller coasters of 2019. With the 2019 coaster season just around the corner, I figured now would be a great time to talk about some of the coasters that I am most excited about. Last year came out strong with a bunch of really awesome rides like Steel Vengeance, Twisted Timbers, and a couple other ones. There's basically no way this could top 2018, but there's still some really awesome coasters coming, and here they are. Let's start off with number 10. It's Cutback water coaster coming to Water Country, USA. I put this one in here honestly just because it kind of makes me angry. It makes me angry because it uses the flying saucer bowl element, which upon first glance looks kind of cool. It looks like you spin around before going into the next section of the ride, which sounds really fun until you find out it's completely useless and a waste of space. After putting about 5 more seconds of thought into the layout of this water coaster, I thought to myself, wouldn't they be going too fast around the curve to even go into the saucer bowl? And that's exactly the case. You literally just fly around it and don't even utilize the bowl. It's just a waste of space and materials in my opinion, and I don't understand why this is a thing. I really don't. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. Number 9, coming in with the Kentucky Flyer. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. It is so cute. It's so little and adorable, but don't let the innocence fool you though, because it packs a lot of airtime. Look at all these hills. I love how they utilize their space and packed a bunch of airtime into this little layout to appeal to all ages so that even adults can get a little bit of a thrill from it. Very efficient use of space, unlike the last one. I'm still not over it. Number 8, Tidal Twister coming to SeaWorld in San Diego. This thing is really weird, but interesting. I'm not really sure if I want to classify this as a roller coaster or a flat ride because it's basically both. And it's a rather unique ride, so I decided to put this in here because I think it's kind of cool and I would totally ride it. Number 7, Batman the Ride coming to Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. It's another 4D spin coaster. Okay, I'll say a little more than that. I do think these coasters are really cool and an awesome use of space to pack as much thrill into a compact area as possible, unlike somebody we know. I've actually yet to ride one and they sound pretty fun as every single ride is totally different than the last. And I really like to imagine that X2 is this massive spider queen who's been laying her eggs all over North America as these little 4D spin coasters. And there's really no more story to it other than that, but yeah. Number 6, Yukon Striker coming to Canada's Wonderland. It's literally Valraven. This is Yukon Striker and this is Valraven as Cedar Point. See what I mean? They're really similar looking. Except its drop is 32 feet taller than Valraven's and it has a less exciting second drop. Alright, I'm giving this roller coaster a hard time just because it's another dive coaster from Cedar Fair. It's just not all that unique. I do think it's better than Valraven though because it's longer and has more inversions, so it'd be more exciting than Valraven because it's a really short ride. Number 5, an unnamed Harry Potter themed roller coaster coming to Islands of Adventure at Universal Studios. And nothing is known about it. This coaster is shrouded in mystery. All we really know is that it's going to be one of the most heavily themed attractions in the park. Which is why I have it ranked only at 5 and not any higher, because typically the relationship between theming and intensity of roller coasters is a negative relationship. Meaning that as theming goes up, intensity drops. Don't get me wrong, theming is totally important and I can absolutely appreciate a really well-themed ride. One example of a really poorly themed coaster is Scream. It has absolutely no theming. It looks like a really fun ride, but it's literally in a parking lot. There's still lines from the parking spaces in the parking lot. Now that is nowhere near as fun flying through a parking lot as it is flying through, say, trees or literally anything else. So if you're anything like me, you also favor that sweet, sweet shot of adrenaline to your endocrine system, which is exactly why I didn't rate this one very high. Next up for number 3, I have West Coast Racer. I think this is a really fun coaster because I love racing coasters, and yes, Six Flags Magic Mountain already has a racing coaster, but this is a launch coaster, so it has a different kind of element to the racing aspect. And you end up going through the whole layout twice because once the trains get back to the station, they're actually in opposite stations, and then launch again and go through the whole layout once more. So I think that's pretty cool that you get to experience the whole track. And my most favorite thing about the layout are the interacting inversions. I love that at times one car is upside down and the other one's not, and they're literally just right by each other. I think that's really cool, and it looks like a ton of fun. fun. I'm definitely very excited to ride this roller coaster, and I can't wait to get to Six Flags Magic Mountain this season. Coming up with number 2, I have Maxx Force. Maxx Force is coming in as the new, most forceful launch in North America, going from 0 to 78 miles per hour in 2 seconds. Now, that's really freaking fast, man. It's like basically this fast. It's like that fast. You know what triggers in my mind hearing the words compressed air launch roller coaster? I think of playing Roller Coaster Tycoon and building compressed air launch roller coasters and launching peeps down a pathway packed full of more peeps, killing everybody. You did it too, don't even lie. The records that Maxx Force breaks are really kind of odd to me. Like, the most forceful launch is pretty cool, but the world's highest double inversion, like, yeah, who's really competing for that? And also the world's fastest inversion, I don't think people are really like working their hardest to try to make the world's fastest inversion. To me, maybe it's marginally more exciting than a 50-mile-per-hour version. Roller coaster manufacturers trying to grab up every single possible record to break. To me, it kind of devalues it and makes the records a little less exciting. But anyway, this coaster still looks really, really fun to me. Starting off strong with that really intense launch, and you're thrown into the rest of the layout of all these really fun looking inversions. All right, drum roll please. It is time for the number 1, the big kahuna, numero uno, Steel Curtain. This coaster is insane. Just look at this thing. It looks like a tangled mess of metal, and I love it. This coaster starts off strong with the world's tallest inversion at 197 feet, and you're just dangling there before you take on the rest of the drop and are thrown into the mess of this layout. It has 9 inversions, thus becoming the roller coaster in North America with the most inversions now. So that's actually a pretty cool record. I'm really excited for this coaster, but it has one glaring flaw. It's based off the Pittsburgh Steelers. Really? A football team? You chose to theme a roller coaster after a sports team. It's never been done before, probably for a good reason, because why? No, okay. Personally, it does not appeal to me. However, I can understand it appealing to sports fans, which is cool. However, I feel like a lot of the main coaster enthusiasts aren't really people who play sports or care about sports. It doesn't appeal to me, but I can understand how it appealed to other people. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Those were the 10 coasters that I'm most excited about for this year. This was just my opinion, so if yours differs, you're absolutely entitled to it. In fact, I'd really like to hear your opinion too. Did you agree with my rankings, or did you hate them and hate me for sharing them and want to see me die? You know, just let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see some more content from me. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!